Welcome back. This is the tenor video for the Gloria from Haydn's Nelson Mass. One important difference, and very significant one for tenors and basses in fact, is that we're now preparing to sing this movement as an entirely choral movement, so we can sing it on its own. And therefore you're going to sing in the solo lines as well, and that gives tenors and basses quite a lot of extra singing, which I hope is appreciated. We're going to look at this movement in 3 sections. So we're going to go from the beginning up to letter B, first of all, up to letter B. A general point to remind you of is that in this movement the phrasing means that most phrases end with a quaver and a quaver rest. So if you look at the 4th bar of the music, Dale, you're going to make that a quaver on the end of the phrase. Don't hold on to the end of the bar because it's a matter of getting the style. And just take that approach really all the way through the movement. Other things to say in this movement is to look out for the dynamic contrasts on page 15. And then the entries at the bottom of the page, which are relatively new, are piano entries on Et in Terra. And they're piano on page 16 also, but as tenors you're going to want to grow up to the top A. Don't stint yourselves there. And the next entry in the middle of the middle system of 16, Bone Voluntatis, will make that mezzo forte. And in the last bar of page 16, a nice crescendo again up to your top A. So here's the opening section. Here are the sopranos in the first 2 bars, and then I'll play through complete. Basses. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. 3, 4. Let it go. And phrase off. The next section I'll take is letter B to letter C. The main point to remember in this section is about the accents. So there are accents on laudamus te. And then also over the page, or just starting at the end of the page, sforzando markings. Singing wise it's going to be pretty similar actually, but benedicimus, just remembering to put those in. A nice opening out of the phrase at the top of page 18 on the car of Glorificamus, and we want to hear that tenor part in the middle system of page 18 as you go A sharp. That's going to be a feature. So, letter B to letter C, here's the bar of B itself. 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm going then to take the last section from letter C to the end. So to begin with, that doesn't affect you. So in fact, we'll go from D. So from letter D, you're in tutti, fairly straightforward, but then on page 20, you're going to be singing the solo line again. And again, it gives you a little extra to do. These entries on page 20, for you, the bottom line, are piano, please, Domine Deus Agnus Dei, and notice the ornament there on Dei, it's going to be even quavers. And the same thing on page 21, Filius Patris, even quavers. On page 21, also in the third bar, I would give a little bit more tone on Domine Deus, on the third bar of 21, and enjoy that. Phrase off again at letter E on Patris, and then you're carrying on your solo line, and it's a piano at the bottom of page 21. It's a little high-lying, but as much of a piano as you can. And then we're going to want to hear you very much on the first bar of page 22. Ideally, we're going to get the music growing through the last bar of 21. So as you hold on to your D on that last bar, give it a bit of a crescendo, and then that will lead you into the chromatic movement at the beginning of page 22. So going back for you to letter D on page 19, we'll go from there. I think we can go straight in there. This is a D major chord, so Domine, 3, 4. The basses. So a little more. And now you can go to the video of the full movement with the accompaniment.